Well, hello there. It is I, Andy Singer, the Bearded Humor One, here with another Bearded Babble. Today we have a little red theme going on behind the Bearded Babble because we have none other than Spider-Man. Spider-Man is here today. A very important thing about Spider-Man is most people, when they see Spider-Man, they think of the web shot. Well, the web shot hand is actually I love you in sign language, which we use here in this house every single day. It's I don't know if Stan Lee created it like that. I don't know if he knew that that's the way that it was, but that's the way it was. And that's a little lesson for you. If you ever just want to say I love you to somebody, you can just do the Spider-Man. That is I love you. I love you, Spider-Man. Again, Spider-Man's a big part of our day. I mean, I had Mr. Bean on the other day. Mr. Bean is an everyday in this house. Spider-Man is he's a big part in this house. He's not an everyday. I actually have a tattoo of my son on Spider-Man's back. And I have a tattoo of my daughter, just not on anyone's back. She's on my back a lot. That's actually my wife is on my back. I could probably do another tattoo for that, but that's a whole different story. Let's talk about Spider-Man. Let's talk about superheroes. Let's talk about you being a superhero. Let's talk about anyone being a superhero. Because that's pretty much what we all are, especially in this day and age with the chaos and the craziness of this world. You have to be your own superhero. You have to figure out how to fight all the bullshit, basically, what's going on, and you have to keep your sanity. You have to be a superhero. You have to find superheroes. And you can't, no offense, Spider-Man, I don't mean to put you down, but in this day and age, you need to find superheroes that inspire you, humans that inspire you. People that inspire you. And when you find people that inspire you, it causes you to do things and you become the superhero. I think the reason that I'm doing this is, again, because I've been inspired by so many people. I don't want to start naming too many names because then I'm going to forget people, and I don't want to do that. As I get to each person, like I said, I hope to have people on Zoom podcast. I hope to have people sitting here. I hope to be able to interact with a lot more people and talk to people that have inspired me. You can look back, like I said, I mean, this is a whole new thing now with the podcast, with the YouTube, trying to figure it all out. It was a different world when I did all the Bearded Babbles on IG Live. You can find all of those, and you can look back on those where you actually get to talk to people, and you actually get to inspire people and be inspired by people. And again, this is a little bit different till I have guests either sitting here or on a Zoom or something like that. But it's trying to figure out. But again, I'm to this point because I've been inspired. I've had people push me. I've had people tell me things. But most importantly, I've watched people. I've watched people and I've saw what they have done in the face of adversity. And it has motivated me to continue moving forward. Through adversity. Like I said, I could sit here all day and basically tell you about all the chaos in my life and all the excuses that I could have not to do anything and to just sit back and to just get through every day. Because for a while that just became the goal. Became the goal of just have to get through this day. It would be getting up in the morning after a sleepless night, either due to insomnia or no nursing and staying up all night. Being exhausted and realizing, okay, let's start the day with the only focus being, I can't wait to get back in bed at the end of the day. And that wasn't that good. Like I said, whether the day is good or bad, you have to make it better. You have to be your own superhero or inspired by superheroes. You have to make each day the best day that you possibly can. And again, I would find a lot of that just through, I've changed a lot of my social media feed. I've changed a lot of my Facebook and my Instagram and stuff like that to more positive, to more people that I consider superheroes. And again, if I named a lot of these people, you wouldn't have any idea. Most people that inspire me probably have less than 100 followers. But because because they don't have an audience, because they don't have people rooting them on, they're still doing what they want to do. And that's extremely inspiring. That makes me want to just say, hey, again, I don't care if I'm sitting down here and I'm talking to a plastic Spider-Man and there's nobody listening on that end. I'm doing this because it's what I want to do. And I'm going to keep doing it. And again, I don't know where it's going to go, but I'm just having fun with it. And again, hopefully, possibly inspiring at least one person. And that's the point of it. If it inspires one person and then they do something that they weren't sure about or afraid of or didn't know if they wanted to take the chance, if they do it and then they inspire someone else and say, wow, look, they're doing it, you can do it. Like I said, I started out with just the IG Lives, and I dealt with Wi-Fi issues, and I dealt with chaos, and I fought through it. And I dealt with not knowing who I was talking to, which was extremely fun, and I do miss that. And then getting this set up. If you can look back, I think this is the fourth one that I'm doing now. The first one was an absolute disaster after probably 12 hours of everything going wrong, but I put it up that night. And that was only a couple nights ago. And what I intend on doing is getting down here. I don't know if I can do it every day, every other day, every couple of days. And it doesn't matter when I get to it. I'm extremely grateful to my daughter, Dakota. She's become my video editor and my help with everything like that. So I can sit here and I can record this. And then when I'm done, I'll pop the SD cards out of the camera and out of the Rodecaster here. And I'll give them to her, and she'll get them to my YouTube when she gets a chance, doing everything that she's doing, because she's doing some amazing things, music, video games, writing, creating, she's my inspiration, talking about an inspiration. My daughter, Dakota Sky Singer, is definitely a huge inspiration. She's helped me a lot with this, and it's her energy and her excitement about new things like this that, again, keep me going. Because at night, after everyone's in bed and she's up at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning roaming around the house like a teenager does, she now comes down here and she plays around with this, and she's learning more and she's teaching me more, and she's filming stuff for her own self. And if she ever wants to do anything with it, that's wonderful. And I know that she's going to see this, so she's inviting us, so I'm going to put this in here, and she knows that she's welcome to be a guest on here anytime. I would love to have her as a co-host. We would have an absolute blast. We may have to bleep some stuff out because we're both extremely sarcastic and silly and stupid. And I mean that in a good way, because that's what we do in this house, and we remind each other in this house, laughter. Like I said, this is my fourth podcast episode. The first one after an entire day and night of everything going wrong. My daughter came down here and she saw that I was frustrated and ready to give it all up. And she came down here not only to help me with this, but to help me with this and with this. We came down here and we just started laughing about things. We started finding the humor in it and the problems with the video editing. And we had sound issues, and there was sound looping, and it got stuck on one thing, and it just kept repeating. And we may eventually make that my opening theme song. It was just comical. As I said yesterday, find the glitter in the litter. As I've always said, let me take a sip of water here. As I've always said, something that I truly believe in is laughter is the best medicine. There are a lot of medicines out there. But laughter truly is one of the greatest ones, and you have to do that. And I'm grateful that that's something that all of us in this house, in my family, we all have an amazing sense of humor. We all have an over-the-top sarcasm. Even Jaden, being a deaf mute with a limited sign range, he doesn't have that many words that he can use with his sign. It's very limited, but it's still. I think we all just have that quickness, that let's laugh about this, let's see something that happened that maybe could be bothersome or bad, but let's find the humor in it. And again, I think that's important. So again, I find my superheroes and my inspiration, again, like I said, in a lot of people that I follow on social media, that I've changed my social media to be more positive. And most of all, I find my superheroes right here in this house. My wife, Jenny, my daughter, Dakota, my son, Jaden. I find them to be my inspiration. And again, I came down here today. A lot going on today, but it's just coming down here. We're almost at 10 minutes, and I'm probably only going to do a little bit more, and I'm going to try to just keep these to that. Just keep them short. Just keep coming down here. And again, this is therapy for me, and I'm sharing it. And if people are getting to this point of it, if you've not made it, if you turned off after a minute, you turned off after a minute. If you hung in this long, thank you. I appreciate that. And again, I don't know where I'm going with this, and I'll keep saying that, and eventually I will stop saying that. because I don't have to have a plan of where I'm going with this. I'm just going to continue doing this and have fun with it, and wherever it goes. And again, inspiration. Find your superhero. Become a superhero. And again, thank you. Again, I don't want to start naming people because I'm going to feel bad about forgetting to name people. But again, if I follow you on social media, if you follow me, if I've ever liked anything of yours, and again, it's not to blue checks, it's not to huge celebrities. I'm extremely grateful for the people that I am connected to on that level. And again, I'm even more than extremely grateful to be connected to people on any level. I'm connected to people from all over the world through social media, and I hope to be able to continue to be able to connect with them, and eventually, like I said, figure out how to be able to do Zoom calls and talk to people who may have a couple of million followers and talk to people who may only have 20 followers. To me, it's going to be just as equally fulfilling to be able to talk to anyone and to be able to find a story, to be able to pull something out, again, that has inspired them, that they can tell a story that can inspire, because I think that's what is important these days, is we get more good stories out there. You can pick this up and you can turn this on and you can go to whatever social media you go to. And again, depending on your feed, make your feed positive, make it good, because there is so much negativity. There is so much bad out there. Don't fill your head and fill your soul with that. Fill it with good stuff. Change your feed. Make sure, and don't have a problem with commenting on someone that posts something. And again, whether it's a blue check with a couple of million followers or whether it's someone with 2 followers, if they post something and it makes you feel good, thank them for it. Give them hearts, give them love, put it up in your story, share it. Keep the good energy going, because that's what we have to do. And that's what I hope to do here. I hope to create a good energy, it's not just speaking into a mic. I hope it's speaking into your soul. And again, that's pretty much it. The 12-minute mark, I think that's where we're going to kind of keep these till I figure out a little bit more of what's going on. But again, it's just a babble. It's a bearded babble. It's about inspiring. It's about being inspired. It's about keeping positive and good energy out there. And it's about just telling the people that you care about them. Tell them that you love them. Tell them that you're grateful for the energy that they give to you, and that helps you. And that's important. Just as Spider-Man does. When he's shooting a web, he's also saying, I love you. And that's an important thing. And if you're watching this, I love you. I'm grateful that somehow we're connected, and somehow, hopefully, my energy is connecting with your energy, and hopefully your energy is connecting back with my energy. It's all about energy. Isn't that right, Spider-Man? Thank you. He hasn't spoken very much, but I would imagine that has to do with the mask on. But again, you've been an excellent guest. And I thank you. Until the next one, I have no idea who will be sitting in that seat, but someone will be. And we're going to continue on just spreading the love. Peace, love, and laughter. Thank you.